If we work together, we can reduce the mortality of our severely septic patients more than 15%. To do so, we must identify and treat sepsis correctly. 7 times. There it is, 7 times. 7 times to save 1 life. When you think about it, 1 in 7 is a lot of lives saved. At the end of the day, it's pretty satisfying to save 1 life. Now, some patients will survive severe sepsis with the standard therapy that they've received all these years. And some will die even though we do everything correctly. But the outcome of 1 in 7 really depends on our collective efforts. We won't know which 1 in 7 we saved. Now, it's much more fun to see patients get well before your eyes. If someone's in VTAC, clear. If someone has anaphylactic shock, that's another great one. It takes 2 minutes, but that's well within my attention span. I love to see them get well. Plus, they get to go home. Septic shock, severe sepsis. Saving someone does not give immediate gratification. But with teamwork and relatively small effort, a lot of lives can be saved. So here now, to help you learn how to order a lactic acid in triage and identify early sepsis patients is a volunteer from the audience, my daughter Lauren. Okay, Lauren. So there are 3 elements to decide when to order a lactic acid. First, you need a patient with a chief complaint. We have no shortage of those, as it turns out. Second, the patient must have 2 abnormal vital things. Lauren, do you know any vital signs?
Dad.
Vital signs.
Heart rate.
Yeah, that's it.
And
temperature, heart rate, respiratory rate, blood pressure. Pulse oximeter has become kind of a vital sign. But for the purpose of sepsis, we have a few others, and those are altered level of consciousness, similar to your can you respond to light, right? High white blood cell count and low white blood cell count. And since these other items, the altered level of consciousness and the white count, since they're not vital signs, decided to call them vital things. Here they are printed out. Okay, those are the abnormal vital things. So, now it's time for me to give you some make-believe patients, okay?
Okay.
All right. Remember, the patients will have a chief complaint, right?
Yeah, and then something wrong, 2 things wrong with them.
And you got to decide whether or not infection is suspected. That's the hardest part.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Patient number 1. 57-year-old smoker, a man with high respiratory rate, high temperature, fever,
Okay.
and a cough. So, should you order a lactic acid for that patient?
I mean, you described to me 2 abnormal vital things, so
Right.
I would say yes.
Yes, and the cough. The cough, does that make you think he might have infection?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a fluid in his lungs, right?
Okay, got the first one right. First one right. Second one?
Oh,
Second
man.
one. A 43-year-old woman who has altered level of consciousness,
Yeah.
low temperature, and a cough.
Yeah.
Yes again. Yes again. So the patient has 2 abnormal vital signs, and their chief complaint is one that suggests the possibility of infection.
Yeah.
It's not if I think infection is suspected. It doesn't matter if the patient has an infection. What matters is you decide whether or not you think infection is suspected to be the cause of their illness. Okay, here's another one. Fast heart rate, low blood pressure, and the chief complaint is painful urination.
Yes.
Oh! What infection are you thinking of?
Kidney infection.
Yeah! Smoking! Oh, 3 for 3. Okay,
Definitely.
here we go. Now, sometimes you'll have a lot of information, and sometimes you'll have a little bit of information about the patient, but you'll always have the vital things. What if the patient has altered level of consciousness, increased heart rate, and the chief complaint is drank 2 liters of beer, 2 bong hits, and they're hungry? Do they have 2 abnormal vital things?
Yes.
They do.
They do.
But is infection suspected?
Not really.
Not really.
No.
Excellent. Excellent. Another one right. Yes. So there can be some variability in the experience of the person ordering. Like Lauren hasn't got like a lot of experience, right? There can be variability in the amount of information that's available to you at the time that you order the lactic acid. You may know from that information whether infection is suspected or not suspected. Okay. Now let's say you have a patient with fast heartbeat, low body temperature, and I'm craving bananas. I just can't get enough bananas. Right? What do you
Oh
think?
my god.
Lactic acid or not?
Yes.
Again, she's suspecting infection. I'm suspecting that the craving for bananas is because I'm a gorilla. But she's right, because she's ordering the test. The other night, I was just minding my own business on the street corner. Something bit me right here, and I've been craving human blood ever since. Now, is infection suspected?
No.
No. Because you suspect that the problem is what?
But you're a vampire.
Vampire! Correct.
Oh my god.
After watching this video, anyone should be able to order a lactic acid on any patient. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Just remember, 1, chief complaint. 2, do they have 2 of the abnormal vital things? Just to recap, those are low temperature, high heart rate, high respiratory rate, low blood pressure, oxygen saturation lower than 90, altered level of consciousness, high white count and low white count. And number 3, is infection suspected? You should be able to order it on any patient, even if they're not human.